this message is Shake Up to Wake Up. At times, we become comfortable with our state that it does not allow us to grow and get to the next level. Therefore, we settle and do not rise up. We believe that we have done our best. We should realize that God has a specific plan for us. Jeremiah 29 verses 11 states that, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Thus, it may require us to step outside of our comfort zone and to stretch to become who we are created to be. This process involves faith and reliance on God. There are times we encounter certain situations in life that shakes us up. Therefore, it is through the shake-up that causes us to wake up. At times, in our walk with God, we become lukewarm and complacent. It is when challenges occur that we tend to seek God. Let us make it a habit to seek God on a daily basis. In 2 Kings 20, we meet Isaiah and King Hezekiah. King Hezekiah was ill and at the point of death. God told Isaiah to tell King Hezekiah, "Put your house in order, because you're going to die, you will not recover." 2 Kings 20 verse 1. After hearing the message from Isaiah, Hezekiah prayed and cried to God. Then God told Isaiah to tell Hezekiah that Hezekiah's prayers and tears were heard and seen. In addition, God stated that he will add 15 years to Hezekiah's life. 2 Kings 20, 2-6. See, we serve a God who listens. He sees every tear that's shed. He knows our hearts. In fact, in Psalms 139 verses 4, it states, "Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely." In 2 Kings 20, we know that Hezekiah turned to God and prayed for a change. God is a merciful God. He is a God of turnaround. King Hezekiah experienced a shakeup in his health. He prayed to God, and God granted him 15 additional years. There comes a point in life that we get tired of the same situation that it causes us to act differently, especially when we want to see a change. When we look in Mark 10, 46-52, we meet blind Bartimaeus. When blind Bartimaeus heard that Jesus was nearby, blind Bartimaeus shouted, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Mark 10:47. Those around him told him to be quiet, but he refused and was persistent in calling out to Jesus. Eventually, Jesus heard him and stopped and said, "Call him." Mark 10:49. Blind Bartimaeus did not settle with his current situation. He wanted to see a change, and he shouted to get the attention of Jesus. Jesus heard him, and blind Bartimaeus received his sight. He was no longer blind, but he could see. Others around him did not receive their miracle because of their silence. We must realize that God has good plans for our lives. When we seek him, he will give us insight into his will for our lives. However, when we ignore, limit, and box God up, we are not able to know his will and direction for our lives. Just picture this. You just bought a brand new cell phone and you are super excited because this phone is the latest phone on the market. However, you do not take the time to read the manual to understand the features of the phone. You figure that you don't need to read the manual because you know what, guess what? You got this under control. However, you may not be fully aware of the features and abilities of the phone. See, the creators of the phone are aware of the features and functions of the phone and detail them in an instruction manual. However, you are unaware of the full capabilities, functions, and shortcuts of the phone when you do not read the manual. Likewise, we can say that we are Christians, but when we do not open up the Bible, we are unaware of God's promises and plans for our lives. Hosea 4 verses 6 states, "My people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I also reject you as my priest. Because you've ignored the law of your God, I also will ignore your children." When we open up our Bibles, we'll be able to learn about God's will and promises for our life. Let us seek God daily and not just consider him when we need his help. in the midst of what is going on with the coronavirus, we must realize that we serve a God who is merciful. God can listen to our prayers and have mercy upon us. Let us seek God daily. The result of us seeking God persistently and continuously is a changed story. How many of us are sitting on our breakthrough because of our silence towards God? Blind Bartimaeus received his healing because he sought and cried out to Jesus. He did not care who was stopping him. He knew that his blessing was found in Jesus. At that moment in time, he could not see, but he could talk. So he used his voice to call out to Jesus. He used what he had available to catch Jesus' attention. It resulted in healing. King Hezekiah received an additional 15 years in his life after praying and crying out to God. Let us seek God and know that He can turn our situation around. Let's open up our Bibles and learn more about God. Let us wake up and not wait for the shaking to wake us up. Thank you very much for watching, and please read at least one chapter in your Bible today. I hope you have a blessed day, and bye-bye.